Hello everyone, George here, and we are back after a full week for another video on the channel. It was a long break that I took, and I'm so delighted that I'm back to making videos once again. So we're playing the Mexican Grand Prix this weekend, and it's only going to be a recap of the final round, rewards, and the next event. So I did use Pierre Gasly and Max Verstappen, and I did use the True Grit instead of the Claw, even though it wasn't probably the best decision. But then I switched back to the Claw because I knew that I definitely needed those 15 extra power and those extra grip and arrow. The first 7 races or 6 races weren't so bad. We got 180 points. Of course, it's not our best result so far. We've been screwed over a couple of races, but that is completely fine. Finals are always harder than opening rounds, but that's completely fine. Let's just showcase the final 2 races as usual, and let's carry on throughout the rewards. And last week was probably one of the worst weeks I've ever had on the game, simply because in Q1 we got 1 disconnection, we missed out. In Q2 we got 1 disconnection and we missed out, but surprisingly in Q3 we got 2 disconnections, not just 1. We got 2 disconnections in races 2 and 4, I believe. Let's just take a look at the picture. This is Q3, 2 disconnections. So we carry on with race 7. It was around Abu Dhabi. This is a track where I simply master my strategy every single time. Strategy is simple. You have to go for a one-stop strategy, which I admit I did make a mistake. I did go for 4-4 with Gasly, and instead I should have gone for 5-3 with both of my drivers. Especially when you start lap 5, you will be up in like P4, maybe P5, and if I stayed out in this race with Gasly for that extra 5th lap, I would have gained a lot of positions. But I was just, let's say, worried about stacking my drivers simply because Max did make a decent start, right? He lacked the pace at the start of this race, but he did gain those positions again, which was pretty much satisfying to see. So after starting the race, Gasly gained 3 positions, Max gained 4, I believe, and we were in a very good spot here. So going 4-4 with Gasly was gonna help him. This strategy normally works, but unfortunately we got blocked inside the pit lane, and you do know around Abu Dhabi you don't want to be blocked inside the pit lane. It is a long pit lane, and Abu Dhabi is always tricky when it comes to these corners around like sector 2 especially. 2 disconnections were honestly quite a shock, but I was honestly surprised to I made it. I did get the DC in race 2, scored a couple of points in race 3, and then I thought it was over. So I decided to go for race number 4, and I got a disconnection as well. But as I said, surprisingly, I did make it to opening round by just 1 point. I believe it was like 15th place or 14th place. I'm not quite sure. So for this one, we are in lap 4. Gasly is gonna pit for a new set of softs, or sorry, hards. Max is gonna extend his stint for an extra lap, and then we are gonna be on the soft compound towards the end of the race. So this should help Max pick up a lot of positions. Most of the AI cars will go for 4 laps only, and you can see Max is going to be up in like P5, maybe P4, and this is actually good. This extra lap around Abu Dhabi, first of all, it is in clear air. Second of all, it is just enough for you to create at least a gap of like 4 seconds between like your car and the AI behind you, which is gonna help you massively to pick up a lot of positions. The surprising thing that I saw was that AI cars do actually go for 5 laps as well if they are on the hard compound during their first stint. Unfortunately for Gasly, he was behind Hamilton, and we lost literally 2 full laps behind Lewis Hamilton, who is on the soft compound, and Gasly only managed to overtake him around this corner here during lap 6. So yeah, we did lose around 10 seconds at least, because Gasly was supposed to be by now up in like P11 or P10 by the way Max gets out of the pit lane, but it wasn't meant to be. We are gonna be getting decent points, but yeah, it's not the perfect score I was looking for. Of course, we're not getting 47s, but still, we did lose a lot of time behind rival Hamilton, which was devastating. Another thing, safety cars do play a massive role in like shifting the cards during your Grand Prix event. I did get safety cars in races 1 and 8 in the opening round. Both of them are around Mexico, but unfortunately I didn't get any safety car during the finals, which was surprising because I've seen some players getting 5 safety cars out of 8 races, which was simply out of the ordinary. After finishing the race, Max was up in P3 and Gasly did finish in P12. This strategy worked perfectly for Max. Unfortunately, it didn't pay off for Gasly. It was quite unfortunate, to be honest. 35 points. We did improve in this race from the opening round, but still, we are so far from our goal at least. So moving on now to race 8, which is Mexico. It is going to be a dry race, and the increased percentage of safety cars did actually get to me, because all I was thinking of was safety cars. Am I gonna get a safety car? Should I go for like an early undercut, take advantage of the AI cars who are yet to stay longer if a safety car comes out? Do I go for an overcut? Do I go for an undercut? But unfortunately, nothing was working perfectly in this final round. So let's just fast forward. And you can see that Max is in P14, Gasly is in P17. The undercut didn't work, but we didn't gain a lot of positions. Like, Gasly started in P14, Max did gain a lot of positions. The overcut worked, but Gasly was just super struggling, and it's just one of those days, you know, like we're gonna get 22 points at least during this one. Hamilton is 100% overtaking us. There it is. We are down again in P17. I need to conserve with Gasly. I don't want to be getting a breakdown. Even Lewis Hamilton behind us got a breakdown. But the funny thing is that you can just see here, even with a breakdown, Lewis Hamilton is still indeed fighting us. He overtook Gasly with a breakdown. But luckily for us, when you get a breakdown, your car will start like hitting walls and going off track. So yeah, we are back in P16 again. 22 points. Not the result I was hoping for after getting 39 points in the opening round around Mexico race 8. We did get 43 points around Mexico in race 1, simply because we got lucky with some safety cars. After playing all of these races, we were in P75, which is 237 points, but moving on to our rewards, we actually dropped to P86, which is pretty much, I did foresee this, because yeah, we performed badly. It was a bad weekend for us, but hopefully we are gonna get at least something good out of these rewards. All we care about is epics, 100%. Great job for the top players. It's gonna take us a long time to reach those tiers and those points. So let's pop these rewards. We're not gonna be getting a decent amount of skull, even though I was hoping to get a better placement at the end of this round. 10k reputation points, 2 million coins. We are only getting 16 skull, which is bad as well. Some Latifi, some temper. Moving on, we get Alex Albon. Last common is going to be the Shadow. Starting with rares, Valtteri Bottas, Fernando Alonso, and finally we are getting Mick Schumacher. Can we pull something decent in the epic? We're gonna get, or rather, we're getting the Leviathan again. This is actually crazy, guys. Second week in a row, we do get the Leviathan, and I do know Azza is gonna be jealous a lot because of these. And for the next Grand Prix event, it is going to be the Champions Series event part 1, with Vettel and Max both getting a 10% buff. I believe in week 2 or in part 2 we're getting Fernando Alonso and Lewis Hamilton, as we do have this year 4 former and current world champions on the grid. Like, the boost is going to be that fast, 100%. I always love to see the Champions Series, because that fast is the second best boost in my opinion. There's nothing better than the hacks, especially like for wet races hacks, for dry races that fast, of course. We do have Vettel up in level 5. He's going to be our number 2 driver. Max is going to be the main driver. So hopefully this week is going to be a good one for us. But yeah, you always know that a Grand Prix event with double 10% drivers is gonna be bad. So this is gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Stay safe, take care, and peace.